All right, let's have a look at C++ 20. And I mean, there are a lot of enhancements. And if you Google it, you will probably, see things like, okay, so the big four. Okay, there are four major changes in C++ 20. And I agree, it is, but still, I mean, I don't know how to put this. Some of the things are, I mean, it's kind of depending on everybody starting to use it. I'm especially talking about modules. I mean, everyone can agree that the modules, I will talk about it later, but modules are, I mean, it's beautiful, but as long as it's kind of, we're kind of stuck in the old habits, so to speak, and old libraries. So there will be you need to convert existing code and so on. Also concepts. I mean, yeah, concepts. That's really nice, and I would talk about the special use cases for it. But I mean, for me, I rarely use concepts in my code because I will talk about it. And then there's coroutines. That's really cool. I mean, if you have programs in Python, you have generators, right? Generators. And in C Sharp, you could do yield. So you could yield values. So you could have, I mean, it's kind of like a resumable function, or I mean, it's with coroutines, or it's possible to, it's kind of like a stream, which leads me into the most important thing, the game changer. Here's the only game changer, if you ask me, and that's ranges and more specific views. So, um, C++ 20, it's a lot of, I mean, really, really big changes. It is. I mean, just have a look at the modules thing and you will just, oh, is that how C++? I mean, it's a major change when we start implementing it. But I mean, in the today, uh, in my code today, the only thing that's actually that's helping me today in my code, that's ranges and views today. Let's have a look at those. Let's start with concepts. Oh, sorry. Okay, actually I should probably, yeah, I don't have to show that in the code. Okay. Okay, so concepts. You know, templates are, they are really, really powerful. But still, it's pretty much, I mean, textual texture replacement. It is. You could do more things than you could using, normal defines and the preprocessor. But the thing is, it's the only thing you can say about in a template is, okay, so I want a class name, and maybe like in a primitive type or something, or a class name, type name. It is, I mean, like this type name T. You've seen it. But I mean, that typically means you could enter anything. It could be a hockey player, it could be a stud string, or it could be whatever. And I mean, when you create a class or function that is meant to be templated, I mean, it's not every day of the week that we're able to do something so generic as the stud vector or something. I mean, in the stud vector, you could put in just anything. But I mean, in our daily work, we have like, okay, so I want to create some sort of mathematical uh, function, and it could only work on numbers, you know, floats, ints, and so on, long ints, doubles, long longs, and so on. But I mean, it would still be possible for me to try to call the template by sending in a stud string or something. That shouldn't be possible. So concepts, in short, templates with type limitations, or type specification, maybe I should put it. As you can see, we are creating a concept called integral. You know, it's an integer value, and we are saying, and actually we haven't talked about this, but in the standard library there are a lot of type check functions. Is this a float? Is this an integer? Is it a pointer? Is it, so it's possible to, you know, from a type to know whether it's a pointer or it's an int or it's an, you know, class or something. So is integral underscore v, that's checking if the type is, and I mean that's compile time, it's a const expression. Anyway, and then we're saying that the template must be must use this concept as its type. So as you can see, it's another level of indirection. We love levels of indirections as a programmer. So I mean, in this example here, I mean, we don't even have to compile. I mean, if we look at VS Code, we will get the red squiggly here, and it will say something like template construct not satisfied. Type concept failed for stud string, so you can't use that string because it has to be an integral, and an integral is something, and you can, I mean, the concepts could be really advanced. So you could say things like, okay, it could be an integral or a float. So you could, I mean, you could use multiple things together, types together. So the thing is, the only thing about concepts is that I mean, we are able to get, I mean, better errors directly, instead of, you know, when you compile you get like 40 rows, or I mean, I can't even start to look to understand. I mean, oh, now I remember. I mean, 15 years ago maybe, I did a lot of WTL, Windows Template Library. Oh, it was such a nightmare. I think it's still available. Windows, sorry, oh, Windows Template Library. I think it's still, yeah. I mean, oh, no, okay. So there is no code I could show you, but I mean, it was a complete mess with templates here everywhere. I mean, it does say template library. So it was a nightmare, and you didn't know what types you could use and so on. It was really frustrating. Anyway, but actually, I mean, and that's my point. Let's do this first. Let's talk about this. Sorry, I meant to do this. All right. So it's templates with type limitation and specifications, so you get a better error. And the question is, but when? When am I supposed to use it? I mean, it's a blessing for I mean, when you are developing like WTL, like a framework or a library, and we will soon talk about one of the other big fours, meaning ranges and views. And actually, that's I wouldn't say that's just, but almost that's just a concept over the algorithms in a way. I mean, the beauty we will see soon in the ranges classes and templates and so on. I mean, that's concepts, and we never notice it. So it's beautiful, but for me, as I mean, I'm a line of business developer. I develop, order systems, or like calculations, or storing things in a database or something. Not that much, to be honest. Concepts. Coroutines. Let's talk about coroutines quickly. Coroutines. I bet you heard about or seen or used yield in C#. We have generators in Python, and that's something that could return one value at a time. So we don't have to. Say we should filter a large vector. Should we really need to return a new stud vector containing the filtered items? It would be much better to just return one at a time, and that's coroutines. It's a lot more than that. But for now, let's just stop there and say that, okay, so we could have something. Yeah, it's called generators, and we could yield one value at a time in a loop or something. And there are also await and co-return, and never mind. Let's talk about modules. Modules. I will talk about it just briefly. Actually, C++ is trying hard to move away from the preprocessor. C++ is a language. The preprocessor. It's filled with problems. Generally speaking, the preprocessor is nothing but a textual replacement. So when we are compiling all the includes, for example, that's just okay. So we have this file, and we include these header files, and all of a sudden we have like 15,000 more rows, and the compilation takes a lot more time, and so on. And if we forget a single semicolon or something, it could lead to really hard to spot errors and so on. Since it's just textual replacement, and that also goes with macros and so on. And not only is it error prone, the preprocessor, it's also, compiling gets really slow, especially with large projects. So maybe you have seen, or you even used precompiled headers to speed up the compilation process. And I said it's not type safe and so on. So what's type safe? The compiler. So we're trying, not we, I'm not at all a part of that, magic. I have no idea what they're doing, but they are trying to move away from the preprocessor and use a compiler more, because the compiler has a lot more, intelligence, or it's type safe and so on. So with modules, we get the same effect, meaning all the things, or just each module just need to be spell like I don't know, be compiled once. So we get the same effect as with precompiled headers, but what it looks like this. Have a look. I mean, if you, as I say here on this side, hello Go, hello Python, hello JavaScript, I mean, hello whatever language where they use the module. I mean, you can see it's exactly the same idea. And the thing is, we are supposed to stop using. Actually, I don't have that example here, but anyway, we are not supposed to use, include. Why shouldn't we include? Because include is the preprocessor. So what we will do is we will do import instead. Import, and we will import. We will import modules, and as you can see, we can directly spot that. Now it's not a preprocessor or something. It's the C++ compiler. You can see, where's the mouse? There it is. You can see it's a semicolon. I mean, after import. That's because import now is a C++ keyword. So we have something here. I won't go into it because I'm still trying to get used to this idea. I know how to I know how to use modules, and I try, but it's, I'm old, and it's a long process for me to change. I mean, it's not a big deal at all when talking about greenfield projects. You're starting up something new, but when you have your existing code base, someone tells you, okay, so C++20 says you shouldn't use include. Yeah, okay, where to start, So it's kind of like, it's not that easy to just, completely wipe out all your existing header files. Actually, the compiler has a pretty good workaround. I mean, if we do import on a header file, it will treat that imported header file as a module on its own. So it will work, but only to some extent. But the thing is, and everything in that header file is exported, because you can see that in a module we export certain functions. So in this case, I mean, one of the beauties about Go, for example, is that you have this. Okay, so you have this module scope. You just write a lot of functions, and they are automatically private to the module. And the things that you want to explicitly export, you just use the keyword export for those. I really like that. I think this will be a game changer. I'm not sure how long it will take for me. Actually, it is already a game changer. I think it's really cool. But the thing is, with the existing code base and so on. Anyway, as you can see, it's the same ideas in C++ as in Go, Python, JavaScript. I think it's healthy. It really is. I mean, modules that structures how modules are structured and so on. It works really well in JavaScript and Go and so on. Okay, Now, let's talk about ranges. And now, let's, yeah, there it is. Let's look at some code finally. Okay, because, the other things, as I said, I'm not saying it's not mature enough, because it is. You could use everything in real life, no problems. But I don't see what could what I think really could change your code today. That's ranges and that's views. So ranges, as I said, ranges, that's actually concepts, and they are defined in the stud ranges namespace. Okay. They represent a set of objects that can be iterated over. Okay. So as you can see, it's kind of like, okay, before we had containers, and we also had iterators. But this is kind of, okay, so it's in a way, and I think you could, haven't you also felt that it's kind of like something is missing, because we always need to, okay, so we need the begin, we need the end, and so on and so on. So in a way, we could see ranges as, okay, let's let's get rid of these. The very, the very basic idea is, okay, the basic effect is that we don't need a begin and end. I will soon show you in code as well. The thing is, standard containers are ranges. What do you mean are? Do they derive from them or anything? No, remember that concepts, ranges are concepts. It's just a range is just a concept. So a bunch of classes, actually, type names. So rules about certain type names and so on. And those rules could be much more advanced than you think. It's not just, okay, so it's this class or this class or this class. It's much more advanced. But let's not talk about it. And most algorithms can now be used with ranges. All right, so let's have a look. We almost always do like this. So we yeah. Let's okay, so I'm already included ranges. Okay, let's let me just remove this, and okay, so we have this this vector, and what we can do is we could sort them like this. And we always do, okay, so we could begin and so on. And what we instead now can do is, instead of using stud sort, we could use stud ranges sort. And by using that, we don't have to use the let me see. Of course we need to provide the like this. Okay, the vector, the container, of course we need to provide. But I mean, the thing is here, as you can see, the code, it's you would pretty soon get used to this as well, but this is, it's much more it expresses the semantics much better. What we're doing is, yeah, we're sorting. As you can see, we are sorting great movies. Yeah, of course, if we were to sort only a subset of the vector, then it would make sense to use like begin +1 or something like this, then it would make sense. Then it's really, really expressive, and the semantics is correct. But when we are sorting the whole, why should we say begin and end? So the semantics is better. And let's see, what should I say more? I think I lost it. Anyway, but other than that, it's the same algorithm. So I mean, it's just as fast and everything. All right, the next thing now is views. And I mean, this is so cool. This is fine. This is a game changer. Really, really, really. I mean, in, let's say, C# then, you have link. And link is, I mean, in link you're typically using, it's lazy loaded, lazy evaluated. So I mean, if you yield values, then it will be really, really effective. There will be, I mean, you could, I mean, it's like a pipeline, and you draw one item at a time, so you don't have to, you know, allocate a filter array, filters vector and return that vector and everything. So it's really, really, really effective. And you can see that in Java with streams. You see the same in, I mean, even JavaScript. In JavaScript you have map and filter. And the thing is, a view then, a view is all about that. And actually, I'm not sure you have even considered it, but it's true. I mean, with link and you know, select.where. It's a functional programming style, I mean, actually, there are two ways of coding it, but we will use the chaining. You know, the chaining operating. It's like you in Linux, the command prompt, you could pipe some output as to be input to another process and so on. And it's the thing is about the view. There will always be an underlying container, and a view is something that will iterate that a subset, but it will iterate it one at a time, and that's so cool. So the view will never own the elements. I mean, the elements are owned by the container. Okay, let's have some. Let's do some. Okay, so we have already done the sorting. Let's do some filter then. All right. Yeah. So let's just say that we want to filter out all the movies that are created after 2015. So there should be 3 of them. So what we can do, like movies after like 2015. What we do is we use the filter function then. I think we did that last time. Let me see in the end. I think, or we didn't. Actually, here it is. Yeah, we did. I mean, we have already done this. So let's not even try to write the code. Let's just. Okay, so maybe I should call it result 2 then. Okay, so we have, what do we have? Have a look at this. So we have all this, come on. We have all these great movies. and we pipe them into this filter function one at a time, when on demand. So the thing is, when we execute this, I mean, it's kind of nothing will happen. It will like, so I mean, it's really a promise, like in JavaScript, if you use promises. So it will return immediately. But there will be some sort of an iterator is created, ready to start iterating. But when will they start iterate? When we start iterating here. So I mean, in this for loop, so it's kind of, the code is kind of jumping from here to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. Because as you can see, this is a lambda. It's a function. And just because we are setting this up, we are saying that, okay, this will be, as you can see, a view or filter view. Well, it's not until we start needing it that it will be. I mean, it's kind of like, don't do anything today if you can wait till tomorrow. So that's the idea. Let's run this. I hope I will be able to compile it. It's been, it feels like, oh, sorry, probably, no, it was okay. All right. Where is it? Mainnet CPP5. Oh, I'm not sure. Come on. And I just said, now in C++20 it's so easy because you always get, okay, so when I'm trying to sort, you get better errors. I'm trying to sort. What are we trying to sort? We are trying to sort, it says we're trying to sort a list. But didn't I remove the list? No, I do have a list. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's my fault. That's okay. Okay. One more time then. All right. Okay, so the thing is, now, as you can see, when I nothing ever happens here. Not until I start to as you can see, now I start to iterate, and the first, I mean, we were running here, and now we're suddenly here. So that's the thing. We're setting up. Actually, I mean, it's like function pointers. Oh, I just lost it now. Sorry. Anyway, let's let's do like this. Okay. I removed that one. Okay. So the thing, as you can see, so it says, I mean, it's kind of like it's mixing. Now we're done. So as you can see, we are first of all, we get to the filter. All right. So we get to the filter. Actually, we are running here. But when we start iterating, we will get into this filter, and if we return true, we will get to this, the print, and so on. So the thing is, this is a stream. It's really cool. And views, we use them all. I mean, it's really a blessing. And this kind of, way of coding. It's really, oh, it's so nice. So let's just see if I could remember how to this time how to reverse it, and if I think it's just yeah, we just need to pipe it into that views. Let me see. Yeah, reverse. Okay, so I mean, let me see. Yeah, this is it. So this then. Let's see if I can. Okay. I mean, it's almost impossible to try to understand these things, but we have this thing called adapters and so on. But I mean, as you can see, we're not even sorry. We're not even I mean, taking in a parameter or something, because we don't need to. It's kind of like here. I mean, we do take this and put it into here. This function, that's for the filter. I mean, that has nothing to do with the communication between this one and this one. So it's kind of the same here. Let's see if we could actually. I should probably. I will. No, sorry. I will remove this. Like this, and we should probably remove this as well. So now the only thing that's happening is we are filtering, and we are reversing, and then we're printing. That's all. Let's see if it works. So oh, what's going on? Oh, help. All right, never seen it before. Okay, that's weird. One more time. Oh, all right, but it is working now. That's so weird. But as you can see now it's reversed. So we are, I mean, we are filtering, and now we're reversing it. That might not be the best way of doing things, but it's probably it's okay. The thing is how you can change things after each other. It's really cool. Now let's do this. We have these movies, right? And you know what? We don't want a list of movies. We do, but it should be a Christmas wish. All right. And all the Christmas wishes. Actually, let's just extract. It will be faster. So the Christmas wish will have yeah, a name or something, I don't know, and it will also have a price. I don't remember. Is price? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Also, let's do a constructor as well. Why not? Let's do it like this. It's okay. And the price. Anyway, now let's say, I mean, as you can see, I always forget this semicolon. Okay, so let's say that the boss now somehow doesn't want to. I mean, yeah, you have movies, but I need to print out the. I mean, we should transform the list of filtered movies like this, and we should transform it to Christmas wishes. All right. Then we should use. Let me see. I mean, I'm not completely sure here. I think we should be able to. Oh no. Okay. My guess is that. I mean, it should be. I will Google it if it's not. If it's any intuitive at all, it should be a movie const movie M, and we should probably transform. We should probably. What are you complaining about? Type qualifier is not allowed on the lambda. Really need to. Let's do like this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, but it shouldn't be filter. I hate it when no, transform. Okay, so I think transform should probably take a movie, and what we return is not a movie, but we return a sorry, a Christmas wish. So we return Christmas wish. Come on, it's so slow. I can't. I get so nervous when it's slow. And we create. Okay. Come on. Yeah. All right. As you can see, I mean, this is so cool. And as you can see, it's really nice to use the auto. Now we don't have to change anything except for here. So I mean, because in result 2, come on, now it's. Oh, why is it so slow? Now you can see. Okay, it did say the very long thing, but it will be Christmas wishes. And it's Christmas wish. Let's see if it can. It should be able to understand. It's. Come on. Ah, it's so slow. But I mean, now we should get the. Yeah, the name like this. So it's just a property. All right. But I mean, let's run it. As you can see, all the things that we have in it is a member name. Come on. I think it will work. There it is. I mean, it's it's so slow. I mean, what you see here, it's kind of like, you know, link, where you do you have the select, where that's where you do the transform, and also in JavaScript you have map, so you map some object to another object, and this is the same thing. So as you can see, it's so cool. I mean, actually, we don't see the magic, but because it's still, I mean, almost the same thing. But now we could, I mean, we could also have some great toys, like hockey game, Stiga hockey game, and lots of, and we could add them to the same Christmas wish. You know, and so on. Let me just try one more thing. And we could, because we could also change. Oh, let me see. I think I will regret even trying this, but it should be, I think, just take while. I think take while. All right, let me actually let me Google it. Stud views take what? I mean, no, it's not working. Let me think. All right. The problem with you almost always end up here in the CPP reference. Let me see. Take while, but no, it's not take while. I mean, it probably just take, right? Why am I even asking you? You're not here to answer me. Is it just take? So we want to take 3 of them. I'm not. I can't remember. Oh no. Let's. Because this, you have the same in C#, and you can take and you can skip and so on. Let me just see. Take first 3. Okay, views take. Let me see. Okay, so should we really need to? As you can see. My problem today is that Visual Studio is so slow, so I always think there's an error, but it isn't. Okay, so now we are taking just 3 of them, and after that it will, I mean, as you can see, it's not like all of these are created and then all of these are sent into the next one and all these are sent into the next one. No, it's, I mean, we will take one at a time until we are finished, and we are finished after 3, as soon as we have found 3, or less. I mean, if we have iterated over the whole, I mean, it's not even true. We might not even find 3 matching the filter. That's what I should say. Let's try it. This is the last one. All right. Yes. So we have this same 3. Actually, that was stupid. I mean, why did I? Let's just say 2. So I'm only allowed to get 2 of these as Christmas presents this year. I don't deserve 3. I haven't been kind enough, maybe. Let's see. So as you can see, we only get 2 of them, and I mean, this is. You might say, oh, this is not. I'm not that impressed. But the thing is, under the hood, I mean, the way it is implemented, that's where the magic is, in how the streaming works. I mean, the yielding of one at a time, and I'm really getting used to personally this type of styling. I mean, I really like it. I think it's really expressive. Not that I don't like, I mean, map and filter, or C#, select, where, and so on. I love it. That's not the problem. I like this. One of the problems, let me see if I should even talk about it in this video. Let me see, maybe we should just leave it. One of the things you need to think about is that let's talk about it now. You really need to consider how to sort things. Because the thing is, as I said, this is kind of nothing. So it's not possible to sort, because all it is something you can iterate over. And I mean, when we are supposed to sort things, we need to swap things. So what you typically need to do is you need to create a vector. But you could always use the sorry, yeah. I mean, you could fill a vector from a filter view, and then you sort the vector. That's how you need to do it, because I mean it's sorting needs, I mean, it needs a certain type of iterator. I know it's even complaining. Okay, so I'm okay. Never mind. I mean, it should work. Chris, we shouldn't need that. But it might not be able to. Anyway. Let's not talk about that. We can talk about it later. Anyway, that's the thing. But as you can see, in C++20 there are a lot of great things. Another thing we could talk about, but if in C++ that's really, really nice. I need to stop this, but I want to make it work. That's stud format. Let's just show you. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I don't need to show you code. But one thing I really like is stud format since C++20. Let's see. Because the thing is, yeah. I mean, now we can do things like, it's not as good as, I mean, the F string or the dollar string, F string in Python, dollar string in C# and so. It's not that good, but as you can see, stud format. Sorry, that was a bad example. I want to show you a better bad example again. Okay, let me do it. Sorry, it's because it's stud, of course. I always forget that. Now, anyway, okay, the last thing. Stop. When we do, I mean, we typically do ba ba ba, and we do ba ba, and maybe whatever. And the thing is, I don't know about you, but you know, when formatting and everything, I really don't like it. So what we can do instead is we can do the stud format. So instead of, I mean, it's more or less like we are not, absolutely not, but it's more or less like we are, I mean, plussing everything together. So it's, we are not, but I think you see what I mean. I mean, syntactically, it's, yeah. So what you can do instead is we can use stud format now. I really like that. So we can do this, and we could then do stud format, and I mean, every set of curly braces is a placeholder. So now I need to try to it's so slow. So it's a variable name I'm looking for. So like this, and we can do multiple, and we can do formatting here, and you know, it's really that's I mean, it's a lot better, I think. So if we have like double pi float pi, we could I mean, it's pretty pi, and let's see, all right. So it's yeah, it's the usual one, I think, like this, 2 decimals. It's a float. Sorry, it was completely wrong again, like this. But the thing is, I like this a lot. It's convenient, I think. So that's all for today. C++ 20 is nice, and it's kind of like, I mean, it's worth it just for the views, if you ask me, the views and ranges. Anyway, that's all for today.